What's up? What's up? What's up? Annyeonghaseyo. It is 2023, so Happy New Year. My name is Denise, and you are watching via YouTube and or listening via Spotify my new show called That K-Pop Talk, where what we do here is talk about K-pop, of course. Okay, so I want to start off with a little bit of K-pop news here. Some people may call it a little bit of gossip, but it's not gossip because I got the facts. So this is the real K-pop news, all right? First of all, I just want to say congratulations to Blackpink because their song Do 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 has reached 2 billion, not 1, but 2 billion views on YouTube. So congratulations. That is a huge feat to accomplish, and you guys did that. I know Blackpink is like a force to be reckoned with in the industry today. So it is much deserved of this accolade that they have achieved. Also, speaking of Blackpink, did you know there's 2 other things we need to be talking about with them? First of all, Lisa, your money dance practice YouTube video has amassed 100 million views. Girl, you kicking butt taking names on that. And if you guys go to my Instagram, I made a little meme of Lisa on one of my posts that's going viral right now. So if you guys want to look at it, it's about her making that money, that K-pop money. So I just want to do that little shameless plug up in there. But yes, Lisa is kicking butt taking names, doing her thing. 100 million views on her money dance practice video. Also, I want to talk about Jisoo. Oh my goodness. Or is it Jisoo? Let me know. Is it Jisoo or Jisoo? I'm going to say Jisoo for right now, but you guys can correct me if it's Jisoo. Okay, so Jisoo turned 28 on January 3rd. So happy birthday, girl. And then also, did you guys know that she's the only one who hasn't released the album yet? But guess what? Her album is soon to be here. You heard it. She's releasing a solo album, finally. And not only that, the girl just did a YouTube channel called Happiness 103%. I think happiness is what's in Korean, and then it's 103% in English. And let me tell you, the girl has already gotten 1 million subscribers in just 10 hours. That's crazy. And now I checked it right before I started filming, and she's at 2.3 million subscribers as of the time that I'm filming this. So by the time you guys are hearing or seeing this podcast, she's probably will be well over 3 million at that time. So congratulations to Jisoo. You are much deserved of your accolades as well. Speaking of birthdays, not only did Jisoo have a birthday, Kim Tae-young, oh, the second to the youngest of BTS, had a birthday on December 30th. Happy belated birthday. Although I did put something up on my Instagram on the day of your birthday, so technically I wasn't late. When he turned when he turned on the 30th, he had turned 27. And so that makes him the second youngest of all the BTS members. As we know, Jungkook, Cookie, JK, he is the youngest member of BTS. But V also dropped his video called Me, Myself, and V, the Beautiful. Not beautiful, is beautiful with the V video. And in that video, he's like very dapper. You know, he's very classic. You know, he has his equestrian gear on, you know, riding on top of a horse. And he is looking so handsome. V is always taking good pictures. So, you know, congratulations to V. And you are adding to the rest of the BTS members on their solo video photography type projects that you guys have going on. I think they're so awesome. I honestly think they know what they're doing as far as, you know, knowing that each of them have to go into the military, leaving us with this content. I'm here for it, because if this is what they're going to keep releasing, then it will sort of keep me busy watching their content until they come back. So keep it coming, BTS. Keep it coming. Keep me occupied so I don't know that you're gone. Just keep it coming, okay? Because we heart you. We heart you. Okay, so also some other news that I want to get into is the changes that's going on at YG. I'm like, this came out of nowhere. First, the rumors started circulating about Blackpink leaving YG. First of all, let's talk about that real quick. We don't know what's going on. We could speculate all we want to about what's going on between Blackpink and YG Entertainment. Let's not speculate as far as making it seem like the rumors are real, because until we hear confirmation from the label itself, all we could do is speculate and just think that we know what's going on. But I don't like doing that. I like actually sitting back and letting them confirm what is going on. So I do want to say what is confirmed is the changes that YG is making is similar to that of Hybe, where they're going to have labels up under them, and those labels will manage the artists, and then it will be up under one umbrella, sort of like Hybe is doing. For example, Big Hit, manages TXT, and also BTS. That's they're under their label, right? But then Big Hits is under the label of Hybe. So Hybe is the parent company. That's how Hybe is actually, that's why technically Justin Bieber and Ariana Grande is under technically that same umbrella as BTS and TXT and 17 and all the other artists that are under the Hybe umbrella, is because they each have their individual labels, but all those labels are underneath Hybe. And that's what I think YG is doing. So from what I've read, that is what they're doing. So just because you may hear of someone leaving YG going to the Black label, and the Black label is a label that a producer writer by the name of Teddy formed on his own. And he has since then signed many other artists up under him. And while he was at YG, before he formed the label, he actually wrote and produced a lot of songs for a lot of artists. So it's just fitting that he actually is under YG, you guys. Like, he's not doing a Black label and that's it. Like, he doesn't have any affiliation with anybody. He is under YG. So let's say, hypothetically, since we're here now, that Blackpink does leave YG and go under the Black label. They're still with YG. So you get what I'm saying? So even if they went to the Black label, technically they're still with YG. It's just that YG will be the overseeing parent company. So I hope that doesn't sound confusing, but that really is what's going on. So let's just wait and see what happens. I know they signed their contract in 2016. So technically the 7 years will be up in 2023, which is this year. So if they do leave, just know if they sign with the Black label, they're still technically under YG, just in a different capacity. Okay, so that relationship will still be there. Okay, so segueing on that one, a person who did sign with the Black label is Youngbae. And if you guys don't know who Youngbae is, he comes from Big Bang, the group Big Bang. I call Big Bang personally the grandfather to BTS, because before there was BTS, there was Big Bang, right? So you have Big Bang, EXO, and some other groups that came before BTS. So to have Youngbae under Black label and to, drum roll please, come out with a new single called Vibe and featuring your boy Jimin from BTS, I am here for it. January 13th, 2 p.m. Korea Standard Time, your girl will be there with bells ringing on the YouTube watching this video. I don't care what time it is here, I am there. If it's how many hours? I think Korea's like 9 hours ahead of us. So would that be actually, I'm trying to figure that out. 3 o'clock my time? You think 3 o'clock our time? I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure that out because I didn't figure it out prior to me doing this podcast. But whatever time it is, you better believe that I'm gonna be up watching this video. So I'm excited. I'm very excited. So since we're segueing now into BTS, did anybody see the New Year's Eve special that J-Hope did? I mean, Hobie, I want that sweater. I live in California. So when you had that sweater on that said California, I was like, first of all, where is that sweater? Like, if someone can tell me, look at the video and tell me where to get that sweater from, I am all in to purchase it. So, but you know, Hobie, his dress style is always immaculate. Like, I love seeing J-Hope dress. I thought his set was characteristic of who he is. And I love Hobie. I really do love Hobie. He is just the sweetest person. I think his personality really fits him. One thing I can say about BTS is that each one of their personalities is so different, but that's for another day. So if you guys watched that special, if you didn't, guess what? I'm going to link it. You guys already know this by now. Everything I do, I link below in the description box on my YouTube. So that will be linked below of his performance. And then Sugar has this series called Get Drunk with Sugar, and RM from the group, you know, the leader of BTS, he was Sugar's first guest. And Sugar, as you guys, for those of you guys who don't know who Sugar is, his real name is Min Young-gi, and he is another member of BTS. Okay. So Min Young-gi, Sugar, aka Sugar, or Sugar, aka Min Young-gi, he has a second guest now. And I was trying to figure out, like, why haven't we seen Sugar with any other guests? Like, we just saw that one episode with RM, and we hadn't seen more episodes. Well, he finally put out a teaser, and a teaser is indeed what this second video is, because he's not letting us fully see who his guest is. I do know he's an older man, but just looking at parts and bits of his face that they're only allowing us to see, I can't say who he is exactly. So I'm sort of curious as to who he's going to end up being. So stay tuned, and hopefully they will reveal who he is so we can watch and support Sugar on this second episode of Get Drunk with Sugar. And who else do we have in the news right now? Oh, Treasure. Treasure is having another leg of their tour, and it's called Hello, of course. And they're going to be in Taipei, Kuala Lumpur. And if I'm saying these names wrong, please forgive me. Taipei, Kuala Lumpur, Jakarta, Bangkok, Singapore, Manila, Macau, and Hong Kong. Those are the next places of the next leg of their tour that Treasure is going. So congratulations to Treasure for your tour for 2023 so far. And I do want to end by saying, if you guys haven't read the article yet from the Korea Herald, you should, because they gave props to the K-pop artists. And I thought it was so sweet of them to talk about K-pop the way they did. They, in that article from the Korea Herald, they was talking about how K-pop made contributions to South Korea, and they did, and how much money they brought in. And they put out a list of 22 of their artists who they thought made the most contributions as far as the songs, you know, the songs they like. Some of the songs I was like, really? That made the list? Some songs that I thought should have made the list didn't make the list. So you guys look at that list and you tell me what your thoughts are of who you think should be on that list, or do you even agree with the list? Maybe you agree with the 22 artists and songs that they put on there. So it's interesting to see what your thoughts are. So you guys let me know. Put it in the comments in my YouTube, or I do have a Gmail, which is that kpoptalk@gmail.com. If you guys, this is a segue off of what we're talking about. Not segue, but this is a side convo, so to speak. If you guys need any if you guys want to give me any suggestions, if you guys want to make a comment about something, please email me and let me know. I will really appreciate it because I am trying to grow my channel and I am trying to give you the best content that I know how to give for K-pop, okay? So now we're going to talk about K-Vibes. K-Vibes is something that I put together when I am feeling a certain song and I keep repeating that song, and then I want to investigate who these people are, or if I want to investigate more about the song, I will let you guys know. So this week there are actually, let's see, three artists, but 5 songs. And technically 3 artists, but 4 songs. I'll get to that in a moment. Okay, so artist number 1 is ATEEZ. Now, ATEEZ, I really wasn't familiar with until they came out with that song, The Gorillas. Dun, 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 the Gorillas. Dun, 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 dun. I love that song, and I didn't know who they were. I knew they came out a little bit around the time BTS was formed, or a little bit before BTS was formed. And I was like, why haven't I heard of them before? So again, this goes to show you not everything is about BTS, but it's still about BTS, if that makes sense. Because BTS helped break open the door for more K-pop artists. Because I personally would have never found ATEEZ had it not been for BTS. And I do like ATEEZ. I went back and listened to their last album. Man, I really do like them. And then they have a new music video that just came out called Halazea. And I would tell you guys, go to YouTube and look up Halazea, but you don't have to. That's why I said I would, because guess what? I have it linked in the description box below. Y'all already know. Okay, so that is artist number 1, Halazea. That music video, oh my God, it's so good. The dancing is good. The visuals are good. It's just an all around good video, okay? The second artist, I was sort of confused on, and if you guys listened to me for the last video, I was so confused. I thought at first that Wayv, which is W-A-Y, Wayv with a V, so it's Wayv. I used to think that Wayv were 3 members, and I don't know where I got that from. I think when I was looking up Christmas releases and I was looking up the videos, I saw what appeared to be just 3 guys all the time, not knowing there were more members than that. But the next week when I was telling you guys about the music video releases in my latest podcast before this one, I realized that Wayv had more than 3 members. And let me tell you, I had to research these guys. Like, I was like, who are these guys? Okay, so they are actually Chinese based, but they do C-pop and they also do K-pop. So they do both, right? And they're just amazing. I really do like them. Oh, I think they're a subunit. Now I come think they're a subunit of S&M Entertainment. So they still live in China, but they're a subunit under their Chinese base of S&M in China. Does that make sense? Okay. If not, then I'll try to explain it another way that is easier on the next podcast. If you guys didn't understand it, please let me know. But that was my interpretation of it, that they do both C-pop and K-pop. And the C-pop portion, I don't know if that's under S&M too, or if that's under another management in China. But I do know the K-pop portion, especially the K-pop portion, comes from S&M Entertainment, their subunit in China. So I just want to clarify that one. So you guys will know. But yes, this is their 4th mini album, and they have 8 songs on it. The latest one that they released was Phantom. I do know they have a like a smaller trailer teaser type video for Diamonds. this song called Diamonds Only, I think it is. And I really do like that one too. It's mostly rapping that song, but I do like that one. So I really like them. I think this is not the end for them. I think not that it is the end for them, but I think this is um, something that you're going to see more and more and more from them. I do know they already have a following because they have a couple million people following them on YouTube, and you know I see why they follow them because they're very, very talented. So that is my second artist or artist group, which is Wayv. So we got ATEEZ, we got Wayv. My third one, the reason why I said is technically 5, but 3. The reason why I said that is because there's 3 artists, NewJeans, Wayv, and ATEEZ, but there's 5 videos because NewJeans, I'm going to talk about 3 of them. That's so 3 plus 2 is 5. So that's where I came up with 5. Okay, so we know that right before New Year's they released Ditto. I think it was on December 19th they released Ditto. And they released a side B and a side A, and I believe I have also mentioned about that. They also released another song a couple of days ago called Oh My God. And let me tell you, at first when you listen to these songs from NewJeans, you're like, that's an interesting beat, or that is an interesting visual. And then you watch it again and you listen again, and then you watch it again and you listen again. Before you know it, you can't get NewJeans out your head. They have these catchy beats that you always find yourself singing along with them. And it is just so interesting. Like, these little girls range between 14 and 18 years old. And here I am trying to sing along the beat bop. I call them little beat boppers. That's what I call them because they're so cute. They look like little beat bop teenagers. There was a little bit of controversy surrounding NewJeans though. And I just want to give my commentary on that if I can. You know, they were saying that NewJeans has this Lolita effect on men. Meaning, I'm going to tell you what, because I didn't know what that meant. Meaning that they're young, but they have this sex appeal towards men. And my thing is, I don't think that that is the case. I think that you know, they're beautiful young women, and you know, they talk about high school crushes. I honestly believe that. They talk about high school crushes, high school, you know, boys that they like, some they may be in love with or think they are. Because, you know, when you're in that high school age, you think you're in love and you're really not in love. It's puppy love. Really, it's puppy love because you're young. You're going to go through so many changes throughout life. And I just think that, you know, people always find stuff to talk about when people are very successful. And NewJeans is very successful for them just to have debuted last summer. Mind you, every single one of their songs became a hit. Every single one of their songs became a hit. Sometimes when people debut or come out and they have all these songs, not all of the songs are going to become hits. You may have 1 or 2 songs out of the album that may be a hit, and the rest of them, people like them, but they're not hits. NewJeans, however, every single song became a hit. You got Hype Boy became a hit. Attention became a hit. Hurt became a hit. Cookie became a hit. Even though that was controversial, it still became a hit. People still listened to it. Still went to #1. Still was a hit. And then Hurt, I think I mentioned it, Hurt became a hit. And now they released Ditto, side B and side A, hits. And now, Oh My God, hit. So I was just talking, as a matter of fact, right before I filmed today. And like I said, I do live in Los Angeles, California. And I was somewhere and I had seen 2 Korean girls that were foreigners, meaning that they weren't from here. They were actually from Korea because we do have a huge Korean community here. And we were talking and they found out I like NewJeans, and it was very surprised. I was like, yeah, I listen to K-pop. And one thing they told me is that they like their youthfulness because they can relate to them. These girls were young just like they were, and they can relate to them. And that's what I'm saying. So I don't think people should be quick to judge. I mean, because let me tell you, over here in America, we talk about sex a lot in our music, especially these young girls that are coming out with songs now, and they're this about the same age and they're talking about it. So I think that each culture is just different. Each genre of music, generation of music is just different. And hey, get in where you fit in. That's where I'm coming from. If you don't like the music, don't listen to it. I like K-pop, and actually, to be honest with you, New Jeans is doing just fine. So they're going to be around for a while. So that's how I see about the whole situation. So I do support New Jeans, and I do support K-pop, and I do support the positivity of the community. No negatives here. No, 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 no. We're not going to be negative. We're going to be positive. We're positive over here. So I support all K-pop. Okay, so I think that is it for today, you guys. I do want to end this with, because I want to let you guys know my history of, and I paused because I was trying to get the words of how I had come into K-pop. It was during COVID, and I just so happened to put my cursor over Black Swan from BTS on my TV, and I was like, "Who are these guys?" And it was BTS, of course. Who else is it going to be? It was BTS doing Black Swan, and I just fell down a rabbit hole researching them because the video was so high quality, and the rest of their videos were high quality. I think I spent like 3 hours watching BTS videos, no lie. And from there, I was just trying to figure out how were they dancing, and the way they were dancing, they were so synchronized, and they were all handsome. And from what I researched, they're all very nice. I'm like, this is impossible. Something's wrong with this picture here. And it really wasn't. They really are like that. And they really are handsome. And they really can dance. No one's dancing as a double for them or anything. This is them. And I became an ARMY. And it really, it didn't, I'm not going to say it changed my life, because some people say it changed their lives. But what it has done, it has brought some joy into my life. And it brought joy into how I look at life, if that makes sense. And I enjoy the visuals. I enjoy the storytelling of K-pop. And then I also found another level of Korean music within the K-pop, the K-rap, the K-indie. There are some artists who actually sound R&B and actually sound contemporary rock and actually sound that way. And if you would listen to the music, you would thought it was American music. So there is a whole new world out there for K-pop enthusiasts to explore Korean music. And personally, I think that we have a long way to go in America to be more accepting of Korean music. I am an advocate for pushing for that, because if we can finally start having that conversation, then maybe, just maybe, BTS won't be the only ones on the air to have their music heard on the radio stations and in the award shows. I know 17, Blackpink, and I think another female group may have been nominated for the AMAs this year, but I'm not sure for the K-pop part. But, you know, hats off to you guys who are breaking boundaries and are coming on the heel of BTS and trying to break through to world global sensation stardom. And I'm rooting for you guys. As you guys say, fighting. That's what I'm doing. I am fighting for you guys. So, okay, so that is my story on how I got into K-pop. And I have been an ARMY since 2020. And I look forward to talking with you guys. My objective here is to build a community. And as I grow and learning more and more about K-pop, I want to grow with you guys as well. So I do know a lot more than I did when I first started almost 3 years ago. Actually, it's 3 years ago, because it was 2020, now it's 2023. And I hope to be bringing a lot more to my podcast. There's some people I want to interview this year. One has already agreed to come on the air and have me interview her. She is the 17 Carat. For those you guys who don't know, the fandom is derived from the group. So 17 is the K-pop group. So their fans are called Carats, just like BTS is the group and their fans are called Army. Blackpink is a group, so their fans are called Blinks. New Jeans is a group, so their fans are called Bunnies. And Hypen is a group, and their fans are called Engines. So, the list goes on and on and on. I think one day I may just do a special on that. I may do a podcast on fandom names and also on the light sticks. That's a whole thing in itself. So I could definitely talk about that for another podcast, because there are some light sticks that I found out that they remake sometimes, so you can have more than one light stick for a group. So that's something I didn't know about personally, and I just found out about. So okay, so another thing I wanted to tell you guys too. Starting next week, I am going to be doing 2 podcasts, one on Tuesdays and one on Thursdays. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I have so much to talk about when it comes to BTS. Not because I just have more material. It's because I'm biased with BTS because that's who I found first. And that's who I gravitated towards the most. Does that make sense? So they are my bias. And a bias is who you relate with, who you like, who you gravitate towards. So in the K-pop world, of all the groups, I do gravitate towards BTS the most because I saw them first probably. And I'm saying probably, but more likely that's probably what it is. And within BTS, my bias is RM. And that could change. Sometimes your bias changes. But for right now, that's what it is. So on Tuesdays, I decided to go ahead and dedicate Tuesday's podcast to BTS because they are going into the military one by one, starting with Jin is already there. Suga said he's going to be a social service agent. And so I do want to dedicate that to them until they come back in 2025. And I just want to reminisce. I want to talk about some things. If anyone has any solo albums coming out, just such as when, Jimin is featuring on Youngbae, and when Youngbae, sorry, not Youngbae, because he's from Big Bang, Youngbae, and when Jungkook did the opening ceremony song for World Cup, things like that, I will want to talk about on Tuesday because it's BTS related. And then on Thursday, I'll, talk about what I normally talk about, K-pop news, K-pop releases, and K-pop vibes. So I am at the end of my podcast, you guys, but I know I've been rambling on. I just had so much I had to get out. And also, too, I don't know how to edit yet. I know that sounds crazy, but I don't. So this entire podcast was taped without any edits. It's just me talking and rambling on for 33 minutes now. So you guys have been very patient with me. And I also want to say thank you, Kasamida, to all. Kasamida is thank you in Korean, to everyone who has supported my social media through my Instagram, through my Twitter, through my TikTok even, and also my YouTube. I've been trying to put out content every day. And if I hear something, I try to put it out right then and there. And I try to also talk about other groups like Twice and G-Idol and, in Hypen. And that's how I found Wayv, and T. So I try to talk about as many groups as I can. And I know I can't get to everybody when I put stuff on my social media, but I try to get to everybody I can. But yeah, so that's it. So if you guys have any person or topics or things that you want covered, again, my Gmail is thatkpoptalk@gmail.com, and my name is Denise. Once again, Kasamida for joining me, which is thank you in Korean again. Annyeonghaseyo, which is goodbye in Korean. So goodbye to everyone. I will see you on Tuesday with the BTS version of my podcast of That K-Pop Talk. Bye.